Hi, everybody. Chris Krishishnik with EXP here. I am a realtor. I'm the owner of the Krishishnik Group. I'm licensed in Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia, and DC. And I love to help people buy and sell homes. So I wanted to talk about the idea or theory of home ownership, just to give everybody and educate people on why home ownership is such a important part of the American dream, why it's important, why it is one of the keys to financial freedom, not the key, but is one of the keys to financial independence and freedom. And I think that's very important to talk to new home buyers and even existing homeowners, just so they're reminded of why home ownership and property ownership is important. Okay. I came across a couple decent articles that were that spoke on this, that gave the pros and cons. My next video, I'll give the negatives on it, but I'm going to talk about the benefits of home ownership in this video. Before I get into that, I would like you to subscribe to my channel, share this content with friends. I think this particular video would be good if you sent it out to people, especially new home buyers, young people that are just getting out of college or getting out of high school, and they've got some stable income and they're trying to figure out their financial future. I think home ownership should be a consideration in their long-term finance process. Not the only thing, but I think it's important to know. So why should we own real estate? Why do we want to own real estate in America or anywhere in the world, but in America? There's this old saying that land is a finite resource, okay? And that's true. They're not making any more land, okay? But there's some other points to cover that I think are very useful in understanding why homeownership is beneficial. Number one, it's a great way to build wealth, okay? The average net worth of your average homeowner in America is $195K. The average net worth of a renter in America is $5,500K. So that comes up to 36 times a higher net worth on average. Now, that's on average, and that's a big sampling, but the numbers show that home ownership is a way to build wealth, is a good way to build wealth. Second reason, homes appreciate in value. Recently, the last 2 years, we've seen double-digit increases, drastic increases in equity in homes or home values. The early 2010s, we did not see that type of appreciation. We saw steadier appreciation, or in some points, a flatlining. And of course, there's also a down market, which we experienced in the real estate crash in the late 2000s. But over time, the stats are from 1987 to 2009, the value of all homes in the United States, the average value of a home, rose 3.5% annually. So if you had a $100,000 home, in 1 year, the value on that home appreciated $3,500. So instead of a $100,000 home, you had a $103,000 home. And the next year, instead of a $103,000 home, you had like a $107,000 home. And then the next year, so it compounds and it grows, and grows, okay? At the same time, as that home is growing, as the value of that commodity appreciates, the loan that you have is going to stay relatively stable throughout the time that you have your mortgage. Now, your property taxes might go up and down, so your payment could fluctuate slightly, but your interest and your principal payments are typically stable. They're locked in for either a 15-year or a 30-year term. So you're going to have a stable monthly payment, at least more stable than the rental market. So if you were to conversely rent, your rent could go up drastically in 10 to 15 to 30 years. Whereas if you had a mortgage, it would stay the same. Okay, so that's the third point that homeownership, the third benefit to homeownership, it's stability. And not only financial stability, it's stability for everything else. You have a stable place to call your own, which means you get to decorate your home like you want. You get to do and improve your home like you want. It gets to become yours. It's home ownership. You get that type of customization and stability from that investment. Okay. Number four, privacy and peace of mind. There's security in knowing that your lease is not going to go up every year or every other year or however long it is. But on an annual or a semi-annual basis, if you're renting, you may get kicked out, or you may suffer a significant rent increase that drastically changes your budget and your finances. Short of the property taxes and the homeowner's insurance going up slightly, you're going to see pretty consistent mortgage payments throughout the life of your loan. And that's a great benefit. And that's peace of mind. Also, you get privacy. I don't know about you, but most rentals are apartments. Okay, now there are private rentals or individuals that have investment properties that rent to tenants that could be townhomes or single family homes or even farms, but you're subject to those landlords inspecting your home, and you're subject to keeping your home up to a certain standard, or you're limited on the type of improvements or decorations you can make to that home. So you don't get that privacy that you get from home ownership. Okay. Number five, at some point, you're going to pay this mortgage off. Okay. At some point, you're going to be done paying a mortgage, theoretically speaking. That doesn't always happen. That happens a lot less than it did 2 generations ago. But at some point, you're going to be done paying that mortgage. And the $1,500 to $2,000 to $3,000 that you were spending every month, you can devote to resources in other areas, or you can just retire and have that huge overhead expense removed from your budget, which is good. If you rent, you're going to need to pay rent until you vacate the property. Okay. The final one, number 6, is a tax benefit. The tax structure in our nation is set up to where they will give you a mortgage interest deduction. That's the government's way of incentivizing home ownership. So they'll allow you to deduct the mortgage interest on your home, on your taxes, and write that off. So you do get a financial incentive from the government on your taxes for owning a home or having a mortgage at least. So that concludes it. To recap, why should we own real estate? You build wealth. Your home will appreciate in value. Your monthly payment will remain stable. You'll have privacy and peace of mind. You'll be able to do what you want with the place you live in, okay? You won't see huge rent increases or lease increases. You won't have to move every few years. It's stable, okay? At some point, it will be paid off, and you have a financial incentive given to you by the United States government in the form of a tax deduction on your mortgage interest. I hope this video was informative, maybe even a little bit entertaining. Please, like I said, subscribe to my page, share the video all around. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. The next video is the negatives of homeownership, and I look forward to sharing that with you.